Okay, so guys, Dexter is a guy who kills only bad people. So I want to ask you if you use that chance to imbue them with maybe characteristic of people that you know in real life that you maybe hate or despise.
That's a great question. No, actually, not for me anyway. It might be for Scott.
No, haven't done that yet, but it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Watch season 2.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me, you have to go through hell to achieve resurrection.
So Michael, I want to ask you about this story that you once told about stalking people for real in New York when you were first becoming Dexter. How did that work for you? How did you do that? How did you choose people for that?
Oh, I mean, I just, mostly I would just, locate someone in a crowd, at a restaurant, whatever, and just see what it was like to follow them without them noticing. I never followed them home. I never confronted them. I never bothered them. But it was more just to have the experience of being by myself and without being detected, following a stranger through an environment. That was it.
So no one noticed that?
I didn't get caught.
So much for the happy reunion.
Where did the inspiration came for this comeback after all these years? Like you have many seasons. Where did the main inspiration for Dexter Resurrection come?
It essentially came from Michael, again. When we finished Dexter New Blood, a couple of months afterward, I got a call from Michael and from Marco Siega, our director. And Michael was basically saying, you know what, Dexter's in my bones, and I know it's in your bones. Can you figure out a way to unkill me? So
I was like, yes.
Yeah. So then we put our heads together and we came up with a way, and it's credible and it works.
And in a lot of ways, people found it harder to believe that Dexter could actually die, right? When you think of Michael, Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers and all these great slasher, whatever, they all come back. So it's been a Dexter.
Yeah. Was it hard to think of the reason of how he came back?
Actually, it wasn't. We thought it might be. And it's not giving away any secrets here. It's because he was shot in ice cold weather.
Okay.
If he'd been shot in Florida, he'd be dead. But he was shot in the snow in ice cold weather, which slowed down his heart, and he wasn't able to pump out his life. And the opening scene in Original Sin, we see him being raced in the back of a police vehicle to the Seneca Clinic, where they go to work on him right away. Then he's in a coma for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Dexter, it's like seeing a ghost.
For you, David, you were a cop in real life, and I want to ask you, how do the shows work with these things? Do you think that they got it right or they got it wrong? Or what things do they got right and what things do they got wrong?
Well, I think that they got most of it right, a lot of it. And if I saw something that wasn't right, I would just mention it. Yes, there was a lot of they did their research.
Okay.
The writers did their research, and everything is very genuine.
So you work as a consultant as well?
No, but I just
Maybe
intrude,
unofficially.
just intrude as a consultant sometimes.
Yeah.
Time to meet the man of the manor.
Welcome. I cannot express how excited I am to meet you.
Why do you think the show still works after all these years? Where do you think the magic is?
Michael C. Hall.
Okay.
And I think the magic is, why wouldn't a family invite a serial killer into their home every Sunday night? And so it's Michael, but it's also the voiceover. The voiceover gives us vulnerability, relatability. It lets us in on his secret, lets us in on his problems, and lets us in on his method. And then we feel related to him in doing that.
I think that how they write the show, how they write the characters that people can identify with and put in those circumstances, it's very human, it's very passionate, it's not black or white. It's very complicated, very just, a lot of shades. And so I think people relate to that in watching it, and they get involved in the story that's happening.
There's a part of us that wants a sense of justice in the world, right? And when bad people do bad things, there's retribution. And he sort of offers that, you know? And I think, I don't know, for better or for worse, that's
satisfying to the
That's very
audience.
satisfying, yeah. Because we live in a world where that doesn't happen that often, right?
Yeah.
You know, bad guys get away with everything, it seems like. And with this, you come up against Dexter, and it's
Yeah, you're right.
There are a lot of different people who like the show and probably a lot of different reasons why people like it. I feel sometimes like I'm uniquely disqualified to say because I'm sort of inside it. But I think there's something about the way the story is subjectively told. You're sort of along for the ride with Dexter. You get to live with him inside his head, have a perspective on the world that no other character populating his world does, and it's something that keeps people leaning forward.
I know that he told in an interview that he stalked people the first time he was becoming Dexter, like just to get in the mindset of Dexter.
Yeah.
Where did you get the inspiration for these ideas?
It's kind of simple, really. Like, what we love about Dexter also is he's this big optimist, right? And you look at the first season, and he's like, can I have a brother? Can I have a family? He ends up killing his brother. That doesn't go well. You know, spoiler alert, sorry.
Fourth season,
yeah.
he meets Trinity, who has a family, and he's got a new baby, and he's saying, maybe I can live the dream, be Bendo El Sueño. And turns out you can't.
Yeah, so each of the big bads that we go through all have something to do with what Dexter is going through in that moment, you know? Can I have a girlfriend? And it's Lila. Do I believe in anything? You know, and that's
Can I
like
have a
season
friend?
6. Yeah, can I have a friend?
Miguel.
Miguel, yeah. So I think that's another part of the secret of Dexter is that it's all relatable, right?
Yeah.
Because we all want a friend. We all want some of us want a family. Some of us, you know, these are all things that we all want.
Yeah.
We just do it with a, you know,
Without
sick
killing.
serial killer twist, yeah.
What about Michael's transformation? Because we know he's not that guy. At least we try to know
He's not that guy. He's not that guy.
So how do you feel about that transformation? How creepy is he when he turns into Dexter? When you turn on the cameras and he turns into Dexter?
Well, it's interesting. In the old days, we would build up. We would shoot and write at the same time, and we would build up to it. So by the time the killing of the big bad came, Michael was pretty intense. But now, because all of our scripts are written, a kill could happen in the second episode, or it could happen in the 5th week, or whatever it is. And so it doesn't build up in the same way in Michael. So there's a difference there.
Chief Bishop told me that you were alive. She said that you were the Bay Harbor butcher.
Brought you a gift because I know you are not a real serial killer,
Yes.
but maybe with this might help you. I'm sorry about this. Become a real serial
Oh,
killer.
nice. Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
I'd be happy to, you know, eat a bowl of cereal. I mean, I can kill a bowl of cereal, that's for sure. Thank you.
You worked in 2 different shows, one where you were a serial killer and the other one when you were a mortician. How do you feel in real life about blood and death?
I think I'm probably a lot more squeamish about it than either of those guys. You know, if it's pretend, I'm good to pretend. But I mean, I'm not someone who, you know, faints with a needle if somebody draws my blood or anything like that. But I don't think, thankfully, I'm predisposed to be either a serial killer or a mortician in my real life.
What do you think?
The last one is, do you know anything about Argentina or like, have you been in Argentina?
I've never been.
You have to come.
I've never been, Sergeant.
You have to come. We can welcome you with all arms open.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this and for the show.